Beep, 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 beep. Hello and welcome to the Court of the EDI Jester. Oh, there's an article in the Daily Mail that's got me a cackling today. There's a good word. Cackling. We don't use that enough. Stop cackling, sir. I think. How are you all? Please subscribe, share, like, the usual things. And if you can buy me a coffee, buy me a coffee. All right? Right, for those of you that have come back to me and said you've missed the start for the October Warrior Teachers, it's on pause. The programme's on pause. All right, okay? So it's going to be January, I think, when we next get started. So a few things I've got to do. This article today is from the Daily Mail, right, that I saw. It's not, you're not, I mean, it won't be today, because it isn't today to you, because it's today for me today. I'm going to stop doing that now. And it says, because this is what got me laughing, it's just, I'm not going to be able to take any of this seriously. Home Secretary Suella Braverman lets rip. Can you imagine? Honest to God, Rishi Sunak's there going on about the economy, and Suella leans gently to the left and goes, so Home Secretary Suella Braverman lets rip. I've actually left out the fact that there's a follow-up line. So obviously it doesn't mean that at all. It means Home Secretary Suella Braverman lets rip. I've got to find a way of getting a bit where she lets rip. How can I do that? There must be a way to do it. I'll have a look, right? Home Secretary Suella Braverman lets rip at pampered, out-of-touch celebrities and says what millions have been thinking. Don't lecture us from Saint-Tropez on migrants. Elton, right? That's what she says, okay? In a no-holds-barred Mail on Sunday interview, the Home Secretary fired back at the likes of Sir Elton John, I'm still standing, better than ever, and Gary Lineker, branding them members of a virtue-signalling elite who lecture the British people from their villas and private jets. It's funny because it's true. It's true. Last week, Sir Elton, who owns a £50 million property on the French Riviera. It's like celebrity version of Let Them Eat Cake. Innit? That's what it's like. It said that Mrs. Braverman risks legitimising hate and violence with her comments about migrants gaming the system to secure refugee status. Well, there are people who game the system. What the hell's wrong with everybody? Every system is open to being gamed. Women are always saying it. Right? If you haven't got the safeguarding in place, the men will game the system. And we know that that's true. Why do you think that only happens in that area? Oh, just the naivety and silliness of humans sometimes, right? The BBC presenter Lineker tweeted she can't possibly know that they, the migrants, are lying. Yes, you can. They're human. We lie to ourselves every day about all sorts. Look at the number of people that are going, we want to see more council housing, but not in my back garden. Right? We want to see more of this, but nowhere near me. When you get the champagne socialists who go, well, we need to let them all in. Yeah, how many rooms you got? Oh, no, I couldn't possibly. I've got 4 rooms, but 2 of them are taken up by the family. One of them's for storage, and the third one is where I keep my asbestos. I love it. It's just, it's whether it's the upper classes like Elton and all their lot with their money. We're getting back to a kind of class analysis. That's what they're frightened of. They're frightened of a return to a left who does class analysis properly and goes, hang on a minute. Right? Hang on a minute. We need to keep this, we've got a progressive tax system. Let's keep it going. All right. And so they're a bit worried that they're going to hang on a minute. They're not looking at race and gender anymore. They might come after us with all our money. It's not that we're going to come after you with all your money, right? It's just that there's a better way to run a society than we're currently doing it, right? And the answer for running a better society is going to come between a collaboration between the right and the left, not an argument. Okay? So don't sit there, as Suella says. What? Suella Braverman. Right, okay. She says, what we're seeing is an out-of-touch, pampered elites, right, lecturing us on how we should think about very, very serious issues affecting the majority of British people, such as illegal migration. It's just amazing to me. Miss Braverman, one of the front runners to succeed Rishi Sunak as Tory leader, said she didn't have a problem with anyone flying in private jets or having villas around the world, but suggested that they don't speak for the majority. It's that she has to point this out. You know? I think I told you the story about the time I was in a meeting and somebody was rattling on about the fact that these 15-minute cities and ULEZ and all that crap about low traffic neighbourhood, all the communist stuff, right? The university lecturer just suddenly said out of nowhere in front of everybody, for God's sake, what's wrong with everyone? You can pick up an electric car for 30 grand these days. It's the same thing. No concept that there are people living on £120 a week. Absolutely no concept whatsoever. We need a return from Labour to a class-based analysis. Stop fannying about with race and gender. Stop it. We've had a win, haven't we? Critical social justice, get in the bin. Free Speech Union have dealt with that. Oh, do you remember the lady who I told you about who photographed a sticker and got arrested? Do you remember? Got it? Right, yeah, I did. I talked about it a week and a half back or something like that. The police have admitted they got it wrong. They've issued an apology. There will be further training and lessons will be learned. The only lesson that's going to be learned is when we get rid of the College of Policing. That's what I think. But anyway, so there we go. There's a win there. We like a win, don't we? Right? I'm right off the subject now. What I have a problem with, she said, is these privileged people telling the British people how they should think. I find that rank hypocrisy and condescending, lecturing tone incredibly inappropriate. The pampered elites are trying to look compassionate and sound virtuous. That's right. Narcissistic compassion. Suella gets it. Oh, Suella, Braverman. She'll help us if she can. Everybody's going, she's a right-wing Nazi. Blah, 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 blah. She doesn't like gay people. I mean, I've never heard such unbelievable hyperbolic nonsense. The left go into overdrive. I think one of the inabilities that is of the left rather than the right, I mean, and I'm neither, right? The inabilities of the left and the right is that left read the headlines and the right read the whole thing. She didn't say anything about gay people at all. What she said was, there are some people who are lying about being gay. Right? And the fact that you're gay, yes, what are you fleeing? Persecution in my country. Where are you from? Italy. Where are you from? France. Right? What they're saying is there are people who are gaming the system and you need to get... Well, the left doesn't understand, does it, that bad people exist? Everybody's good. Right? They don't understand it. I don't know why they don't understand it. I think it's been a fault for a very, very long time, but they don't. There are wicked, wicked people. Wicked people, right? Really wicked people. And your average person can be a wicked person because the average person can be a good person, right? Through our hearts, both sides. Evil and good, right? It's all about the decisions we make. It's all about how we behave, how we hold ourselves. You don't think people are lying? Yes, I sleep with men. How'd you disprove it? Like Lineker said, she can't possibly tell if they're lying. No, what we're going to do is we're going to assume they're all lying. Right? And when you assume they're all lying and you put them under pressure, the ones that aren't will come to the front. That's what I would do. You force the authenticity out of them by asking the right questions and talking to them and understanding them and having a conversation. That's how you do it. These people are mad. The row comes as delegates gather in Manchester for the Conservative Party's annual conference with potential leadership candidates vying for prominence. So we've got the Tories are coming to Manchester. All the LGBTQ nutter Tories will be out and about in the scene on Grindr, getting their janglers fumbled with. That's what's going to happen. Going to be a load of Tory boys out going, anyone? Be like playing bingo on Grindr. I've got these over there. Right, we'll have it. I love it. It's great. Last night, Kemi had a bit. Kemi had it up as well. Miss Badenoch made a bid to seize the initiative from Miss Braverman by raising the prospect of Britain leaving the European Convention on Human Rights if the courts continue to use it to block government plans to deport migrants to Rwanda, just days after the Home Secretary argued the same point. It is definitely something which needs to be on the table, Miss Badenoch said. Richie has said he's going to, do stuff for the car owners. Badenoch's now saying, right, this ECHR thing, we need to have a look at it. And we do need to have a look at it, folks. It's caused absolute unmitigated disasters. But the left will go, no, they want to get rid of it. We don't want to get rid of it. We want to look at it. right? And we want to say, how have we got to the point where we can't say basic biology without being called a bigot? How have we got to a point where leftists are lying to our children and telling them they can change sex? How have we got to the point that we're telling kids that they've got white privilege even though they're 4 years old? How have we got to the point where our public sector, our university sector, and our third sector are completely infected with insane, aging, Trotskyist, Marxists, and whatever other shade of left you happen to want, right? Nevertheless, today's news, Suella Braverman, let rip. I'll see you later.